Hi, and welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm Cheryl, and this is Your Journey Yoga. And today we are going to work on our lower back and our hips. So often tied together, tight hips, tight lower back, tight hips. So we're going to work on creating range of motion, a little bit of strength, and just some feel-good stretches for the both of them. So we're going to start in child's pose. So just making sure you've got plenty of room towards the top of your mat. Sit your sit bones back towards your heels and just go ahead and walk your hands towards the top of the mat. We're just going to start out nice and gentle. Always making sure that you're listening to what's going on within the body. Not judging, not criticizing. Your body responds to negative thoughts, negative talk. So wherever we are is where we are today. We're going to make the very most out of our practice. We're going to focus on all that we can do and all that our beautiful body allows us to do, reminding ourselves that movement is medicine, sometimes even better than medicine. Really listening to, honoring your breath, being present within each and every breath and within each and every posture. Lifting slightly, walk your hands to the right, reach to your left fingertips and press your hips to the left. Relax the weight of the upper body down again, being kind, being gentle. Inhale, walk it back through center and over to the left, reaching through your right fingertips. Press your hips to the right and relax the weight of the upper body back down. So again, some stretch, some range of motion, some strength. Tying them all together to help create the very best situation, the best combination of strength, flexibility, and mobility. Inhale back to center and back to child's pose. Inhaling up to that modified plank, shoulders right over your fingertips, nice long spine, and as you exhale, press it back to child's pose. Inhale, coming forward to that modified plank. This time, go ahead and dip your hips down towards the ground as you lift your gaze, stretching through the front of the pelvis, through the belly. Core strong, we level it back out, and once again, press it back to child's pose. Let's do that once more. Inhaling it to high plank, just that high, the modified high plank. And then exhale it back to your child's pose. And then this one, we're going to add in that cobra stretch. Inhaling it back up to that modified plank and allowing the hips to dip down towards the ground as we lift our chest and we lift our gaze up. Core strong, coming back to that modified plank and walk your hands back underneath you to tabletop. Core strong, we're going to shift our weight to our left knee. We're going to lift that right knee up, sole of the foot like it's going to stamp the ceiling. We're going to pull it open out to the right and pull it up and tap right along the outside of your foot. If you can't quite get to the foot, it's okay. Tap your toes where you can. We're going to lift it and bring it back and tap that knee back down. Same thing. Lift it, rotate, open it, tap the toes wherever you can. If you can get up by the foot, go for it. Lift it, rotate it back, and draw it in. We're going to do that one more time, and then the same thing on the other leg. Lift it, open it, rotate it up and around, tap the floor to the outside of your hand or wherever you can. Lift it, rotate it back, and draw it in. Same thing on the other side. We lift that foot straight up. We open it out to the side. We draw that foot up and open. We lift it, and we rotate it back and draw it in. Lift it, rotate it open, draw it up and out, draw it up and back, and tap it in one more time. Lift it. What do you feel working? Open it, range of motion and strength. Lift it, rotate it back, and draw it in. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees just an inch off of the mat. Find your breath. And gently release. Untuck the toes. Sit it back to child's pose. Walk those hands towards the top of the mat. And breathe. We inhale it up to that modified plank. Tuck your toes. lift your knees. Full plank, drawing that right knee in towards your chest, crossing that right leg underneath the left, outside edge of your foot against the mat. Keep the pelvis square as you can, shoulders square as you can. Now, as you exhale, we're going to lower that right hip down, tap it, and lift it. Tap it, and lift it. Little bonus of shoulder work here. Tap it and core strength and lift it. Pull that right knee back in, step it back. Pull the left knee in. Cross that left leg underneath the right, outside edge of your foot to the ground, squaring the shoulders. Breathe. As you exhale, little tap of that left hip and lift. You can come down as low as feels right to you. Tap and lift. One more time. Tap it and lift it. Drawing that left knee back in and set it back. Breathe. Lift your hips to down dog. Some of these are fairly intense. Yes, I realize. Do what you can. Keep a sense of humor. Focus on all that you can do. Shift your weight to your left foot. Right toes reach high. Exhale and sweep that right foot to the outside of your right hand. Let your hips be heavy. Core strong, sweep it back, extend that right leg high. Once again, sweep it to the outside of that right foot, wherever you can, and step it back. We have that one more time. This time we hold it, foot to the outside of the hand. Bring your back knee down and untuck your toes. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, let that right knee roll open as you turn and look out over that right shoulder. Inhale it back to center, sole the foot back to the mat. And again, rotate it open. Look out over that right shoulder. And inhale it back to center one more time. Exhale, roll it open. And bring it back. Tuck the back toes, lift that back knee, sweep it back, and extend right leg high. And gently release it down to down dog. And just take a second. Sway in the hips. Anytime you need a drink of water, please grab one. Like I said, I know some of these can be pretty intense. So we're getting a decent workout in. Sometimes just that movement, that stretch, can be a lot. Coming back to center. Shift your weight to your right foot. Left toes high. Exhale, sweep that left foot to the outside of the left hand. Oh, let those hips be heavy. And then sweep it back and extend that left leg high. We have two more times. Sweep it out to the outside edge of your hands. Sweep it back, leg high. One more time. This time, sweep it out, hold it out. Bring that back knee to the mat, untuck your toes, take a big breath in. And as you exhale, let that left knee roll open as you turn and look out over that left shoulder. Inhale it back to center, sole the foot to the ground. Two more times. Roll it open. And draw it in. One more time. Roll it open. And draw it in. Tuck the back toes, lift that back knee, pull that right foot in across from the left. Toes are turned open, toes are just slightly off the mat, hands are forward. You can be on your palms or you can be up in fists. We're going to lower the bottom down to about knee height. If it feels good to you, you can come lower and bring those hands to heart center. Frog or yogi squat. Rolling to the outside edge of your feet, noticing if the weight distribution is heavy in the ball of your foot on that big toe side, press it out. Release your hands and extend those legs. Inhale, bend your knees, coming back down either to frog or yogi squats. We have two more of those. Release your hands and extend those legs. One more time, bend. And once again, extend. Getting the hands to the mat, heel toe those feet in to hip width apart. And slowly bend your knees, lowering down. Hands to support, come all the way down onto your bottom. Soles of the feet together. We're going to pull those knees in. We're going to pull those heels in, sitting up nice and tall. Interlace your fingers along the outside edge of your feet, knees pressing out, sit up as tall as you can. And as you exhale, begin to hinge it forward. As you hinge forward, we keep that length in the spine. Find your breath. Slow it down. We lengthen through the crown of the head and slowly rise. Placing the hands to the insides of the knees, gently press. Sit up as tall as you can sit. You're going to feel like you kind of hollow through the tummy and chest to press those knees down. Sit up and gently press. If you need to pull your feet away from you a little bit, that's a perfect modification just to be able to sit up a little taller. Breathe. And go ahead and release. Let's sweep that left foot around behind, and we're going to pull that right foot out and away from us, working to create a 90-degree bend with our legs. I like to use the sides of the mat, the top of the mat. So we're going to line that shin up with the top of the mat. The side of the mat, we're going to line the shin up. Breathe. So we're going to take knees up and over and shift, really working to keep that 90 degrees. This might be very challenging. You might need your hands behind you. That's fine. Take it up and over. Can you still sit up nice and tall? You might find yourself walking down your mat too. That's totally fine and totally normal. The biggest thing is just keeping those legs to that 90 degrees. One more time each direction. Beautiful job. Coming back to center. Let's extend those legs out long. Using the length of your mat if you're not on a mat, just wherever you've got room, and lower yourself down. Knees are bent, arms are open out just away from your body. Heel toe those feet open, and again we're going to do that knee rocking side to side, allowing the pelvis to shift, and just take it nice and slow. So just a really nice stretch. An opportunity to improve mobility. What do you feel? What do you notice? Taking care of lower back is a daily practice for me. If this is just kind of one of yours where you're like, yeah, it's just bugging me today, but it's not always a chronic issue, celebrate that. I'm sorry you're dealing with it today. I'm glad you're here, and I hope this helps. Coming back to center, heel toe those feet in. Crossing that right ankle up and over the left. We pull the knees in, reach that right hand through your little window, interlace your fingers behind that left thigh, and gently pull it in. Should feel a nice stretch in that right hip. If the hips and the lower back are kind of an issue for you all the time, I feel you, my friend. I'm glad you're here. I hope this helps. Helps me a ton. Extending that left leg if you like. Flex your foot. You can always rock it side to side. Anytime you're in a stretch and you feel like, wow, movement would be really good here, just be mindful. Make sure your core stays strong, and you can absolutely do that. Great way to help that myofascia release if it's all knotted up. Coming back to center, bend that left knee, place the left sole of the foot to the mat, and let's take those arms back out of the way. We're going to keep that figure 4 and slowly lower both knees to the left as though you were going to place that right sole of the foot to the ground, pressing that right knee out and away. Little active stretch here all along the outer hip. That IT band, checking in. Just breathe. It can feel good for a little neck stretch if you like, taking your gaze out over that right arm, just a little bonus. You know how I love bonus stretches. We bring our gaze back to center. Slowly we roll it back to center, and we take both knees to the right. Again, keeping that figure 4, and we're going to let the outside edge of that right ankle press against the outside of that left knee. And we're going to turn and look out over that left arm. That feels good. Big deep breaths. We roll it back to center, placing that right foot to the mat, left ankle crossing just above the right knee, and we pull the knees in, reaching that left hand through your little window, interlace your fingers behind that right thigh, and pull it in. Draw those shoulder blades down against the mat. No tension in the neck or the shoulders, so give it a wiggle if you need to. And then if you like, you can extend that right leg and flex your foot. You don't have to. You can rock it if you want to. Sometimes it feels good to rock it on one side, but maybe not the other. It's okay. Meet yourself wherever you are. And again, it's never without, we never use judgment. We never do criticism. That body responds to those negative thoughts or feelings, those words. Be kind. Come back to center. Bending that right knee once again. Release your hands. Place that right foot to the mat. Keep that figure 4. Take both feet over to the right, both knees. Arms just are out of the way as though you were going to bring that left sole of the foot to the ground. It may or may not. My left foot kind of hovers a little bit. My right one, it comes to the ground, no worries. So don't worry about it if it is. Don't worry about anything. Just be and feel that gentle press of that left knee out and away, that active stretch through that left side of the pelvis, and then turn and look out over that left arm. Close your eyes. We bring our gaze back to center, drawing those knees back to center, keeping that figure 4, and then just gently take both knees to the left. Outside of that left ankle, pressing against the outside of the right knee, and then turn and look out over that right arm. Close your eyes. We bring it back through center when you're ready. Pulling that left knee in, and then the right, hands to the shins just below your knees, and a gentle rock side to side. If you'd like, you can lift your upper body for a little more intensity and a little massage through that middle back. If by lifting your head, that's not great for your neck or whatever reason, don't lift it. Come back to center. Go ahead and relax the weight of the upper body back down. Bring your hands behind your thighs. If it's safe for you to rock up, go for it. If you need to come to your side and use the strength of your arms to come up, please do so. And we turn. Facing front. One leg crossed in front of the other. Doesn't matter which. We're going to get both. Inhale, reach it high. Pull the hands through heart center and just slowly walk your hands forward, releasing the weight of the upper body down. You can extend those arms, or you can stack fists. You can stack hands. Whatever feels good to you. A gentle press of your tailbone towards the mat. We lift just slightly and walk our hands to the right, reaching through the left fingertips. Walk it back through center and over to the left, reaching through your right fingertips, pressing that right sit bone to the mat. Walking it back through center. Let your upper body be heavy. Hips and lower back, just load the love here. Circle those hands back by your hips. Big circle those arms up and overhead. Reach it high. Just a little bonus stretch. Pull those elbows back and down. Lift your gaze. Just great for the posterior side of your body, the back of your body. Inhale, reach it up. Let's do that one more time. Those cactus arms, pull it back and down. Reach it up, pull the hands to heart center, rock it back, switch so the other leg is in front, and rock it forward once again. Walk your hands forward. Release it down. And again, you can stack fists, you can stack hands. I just want you to notice kind of how it feels right here. You can extend those arms out nice and long. So just checking in, because we're going to recheck it once we walk from each side. Lifting just slightly, walk your hands to the left, reaching through your right fingertips just as far as you can reach. That lateral stretch down that right side. Lift just slightly and then back through center. And then over to the right, reaching through your left fingertips just as far as you can reach. Just kind of targeting one side and then the other. And we bring it back through to center, relaxing the weight of the upper body, just taking it in. How does it feel? Hopefully a little more range of motion, not quite as intense. Circle the hands back by your hips. Big circle of those arms up and overhead. Reach it high. Let's do 2 more cactus arms to finish this off. Pull those elbows back and down. I hope you're feeling amazing. Inhale, reach it up. I hope this was super good for you, for your body, hitting all the special places that need the love. And pull those hands down to heart center. My friend, I appreciate you more than you know. Thank you so much for stopping by, for joining me on this adventure. And again, I hope you just feel amazing. Until the next time, light, love, and namaste.